so in this video we're going to see the muscles of the lower limb. So starting in the anterior view, you can see this muscle that it is called the psoas. The psoas together with the iliacus forms a single muscle that is called the iliopsoas. And in here we have the pectineus. Then in here we have the adductor longus, gracilis. And then in here we have the quadriceps with 3 heads that are visible. So we have the medial head, which is called the vastus medialis. We have this head that it is superficial, that it is called the the rectus femoris. And then in here we have this lateral head that it is called the vastus lateralis. Underneath the rectus femoris, we have the vastus intermedius. Now, the vastus lateralis and the medius, gluteus medius, which is this, are sites for intramuscular injection. Now, in here we have this muscle that is called the tensor fasciae latae. So the tensor fasciae latae, the muscle, it is inserted into the lateral portion of the knee by this broad tendon that is called the fascia latae. And fascia means ponerosis, and latae means milk in French. So then this will be the muscles of the anterior view of the leg or the thigh. And then in here we have the gluteal muscles, the most superficial ones. So we have here the gluteus maximus and the gluteus medius. Now, in the posterior view of the thigh, we are able to see these biceps femoris with the most superficial head, which will be the long head. And then in here, we have the semitendinosus muscle. And then in here we have the semimembranosus. And in here we have the adductor magnus and the adductor longus, the gracilis. Now, for the posterior part of the leg, so we have these 2 muscles that forms the calf. So we have the gastrocnemius. So it has this lateral head. So this is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius, and this is the medial head of the gastrocnemius. And the gastrocnemius, together with this muscle, which is called the soleus, forms a joint muscle that we call the triceps surae, which extends a tendon that is called the calcaneal tendon or Achilles tendon that inserts into the base of the calcaneus, which is this bone in here. Now, in the lateral view of the leg, you can still see the lateral head of the gastrocnemius and the soleus, but you can see this muscle, which is the fibularis longus, and then here we have the fibularis brevis. Now, in the anterior view, you will be able to see the extensor ditorum longus, and then the tibialis anterior. And then in here, in the medial view, you are able to see just anterior to the soleus, the flexor digitorum longus, and then in here we have the flexum digitorum brevis, and in here we have the extensor digitorum brevis. So now, in this model where I remove the long head of the biceps, we have here the short head of the biceps. So the biceps femoris, together with this muscle that goes in here, the semitendinosus and the semimembranosus, they form the hamstring muscles. And then this is all for the muscles of the lower limb.